where, as I mentioned, very few have gone before. Suns and Grizzlies. Monica, Kevin Durant needed 26 points to reach 30,000 for his career and become the 8th player ever to get there, and he had the whole repertoire on display.
Absolutely. I think the release point for KD's shot is still something that I marvel at, but he can score anywhere on the floor. Literally kept getting to that mid-range right around the free throw line. There's nothing that the Grizzlies could do to disrupt that flow.
Let the record show they were down 17 when this was going on, but it's still KD getting it done from all over the place. Corner 3, and he's on his way to the record. We'll go to the second half. Third quarter here, Durant now getting himself to the precipice of history, doing what he does best, drawing the foul.
A Hall of Famer, without question. I mean, Greeny, just the variety of ways that he can score, the ease with which he's able to do it. I've always said he's got one of the coldest handles ever, easy money sniper, because it just comes too easy for him. It's unfair.
And so here it is. The 2 free throws will get him to 30,000. The first one, he's at 29,999, and so for this one is for history. To do it in the same number of games as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Goes good, 30,000 points in 1,101 games. Only Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain got there faster. So we salute KD, and then it became a game. 5 minutes to go. Suns down 9. It's more from KD, who would score 34.
Well, this was, like you mentioned, it becomes a ball game, so he's now going into clutch mode, right, when his team needs it the most. But this Grizzlies team, I mean, they've been able to come up with big stops at points when they are healthiest this season, as you see Ja Morant attacking there.
Morant had 26, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and the Suns' comeback attempt would come up short. The Grizzlies hold it off, and they wind up getting the win. So Memphis, the win, they're great. Phoenix, not so great, but Durant most certainly is. For all the scrutiny that he occasionally receives, look at the list of 30,000-point scorers in NBA history. It's names like LeBron and Kobe and Jordan and Kareem. And at 36 years old, Durant is still averaging 27 a game, so it does not appear he is done moving up on this list.
Always been inspired by the greats, always wanted to reach their level.
Needed 26 to start this game.
And he's shooting to get his 30,000th right here.
And 30K for Durant.
True honor to be in the same category as those players who helped shape the game and push the game forward.
Kevin Durant, a history-setting night yesterday, the 8th player to reach the 30,000-point plateau, tying Kareem Abdul-Jabbar by doing it in the 3rd fewest games. Only Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan got there faster. Both needed less than 1,000 games to get to that plateau. Himbo and I, the first book that we did, I wrote, there has never been anyone better at just putting the ball in the basket than Kevin Durant has been. Meanwhile, a week ago, we were dreaming of Durant being back in a Golden State Warriors uniform, and since there have been a lot of questions about his future, including this one last night.
If you had your choice in the matter, and it's not into your control, would you rather just play the rest of your career in Phoenix?
Man, I'm going to focus on Houston tomorrow, man. We ain't going to go there right now.
Okay. So he's not going to go there, but we are.
Okay,
McNutt is back with us, and Brian Windhorst, the Windman, is up with us early here. So, you know, Windy, last week there was all this talk about the possibility of Durant being moved. That didn't happen. He's not on a championship caliber team, and it doesn't look like it's going to be that anytime in the immediate future. So what should we be thinking about Durant's future?
Yeah, he's probably going to get traded this summer. He knows it. The Suns know it. The rest of the league know it. They're going to enjoy him while they have him. It's not really controversial, in all honesty. They're under 500. They've got a $230 million payroll. Then add about over $100 million in tax on that. Hembo was showing me some stats earlier. He's played almost 1,500 minutes this year, and he's +2 on the court in those 1,500 minutes. So you have an extremely expensive team that is not winning, and the player that is their most expensive player who is playing great but not impacting them on a positive level. You do not need a high-level analyst to tell you that they probably need to trade him, which is why they were exploring the trade market for him. And while I would never make an ironclad prediction, I would expect this summer for Durant and the Suns to work together to find a new home. He has 1 year left on his contract, which will give him some control as to where that would be.
He will be 37 when next season begins. His birthday is in September. So I guess I would ask you, McNutt, I mean, at his apex, obviously he's one of the greatest players of all time. What is he right now? Like, is he's the missing piece for somebody, right?
Absolutely.
He plugs in somewhere this summer, and maybe that somewhere becomes a championship team?
I think so. And I think to me, when we have this conversation all the time about leadership, I still think Kevin Durant works at his craft at a high level. He still gets you a basket easily, as you pointed out. And so for me, when I look at the landscape, I think about a team like Houston. I think about a team like Orlando potentially in terms of a guy that brings you
good young team
sniperism and the ease with which he's able to score, right? He's going to hold the line defensively. You surround him with young pieces that will, both of those teams sort of had defensive identities, just as an example. But I still think one of the best scorers in the league, still very productive. I know the +2 metric, that's really powerful, but overall, when you look at his productivity, he still can score. He's still someone that you can look at as a catalyst in terms of getting an offense going. You can run it through him.
Okay, so we will see again. Big night for him last night as he reaches that milestone. Now I want to go around the league a little bit.
Welcome, Golden State Warriors fans. Today we have a story full of twists and intrigue that's shaking up the NBA landscape. But before we get to the main point, let's analyze the context involving not just the Phoenix Suns, but also a recent drama that has rocked the Warriors. The Suns are facing a complicated situation, with a record below 500 and one of the highest payrolls in the league, exceeding $230 million, not including over $100 million in luxury tax. The organization is dealing with a dilemma that is becoming increasingly unsustainable. Despite heavy investment, the team's on-court results are not reflecting its potential. Beyond financial issues, the NBA trade deadline period has exposed internal tensions and conflicts, revealing the team's weaknesses. Meanwhile, a recent drama involving the Golden State Warriors, always at the center of major twists, has added even more fuel to the discussion about drastic changes in the NBA market. The turbulent events surrounding the Warriors, who have recently faced their own crises and challenges, show that even the most storied teams are not immune to the instability of today's NBA. This comparison highlights that when big names are involved, the market is unforgiving and the pressure for quick solutions only intensifies. And it's precisely in this atmosphere of uncertainty that a major revelation has emerged. During an episode of ESPN's Get Up, renowned insider Brian Windhorst dropped a bombshell that could alter the Suns' future and potentially reshape the balance of the league. According to Windhorst, he's probably going to be traded this summer. Yes, we're talking about none other than Kevin Durant. While Durant continues to deliver strong individual performances, the numbers paint a concerning picture. After nearly 15,000 minutes on the court, his plus-minus is just +2, which underscores that the team's heavy investment is not translating into wins. It's important to highlight that despite Durant's efforts, his impact hasn't been enough to turn around the Suns' struggles. With an exorbitant payroll, the team urgently needs to rethink its strategy to get back on a winning path. In this context, trading a player of Durant's caliber seems like the most plausible solution to restructure the roster. While the Warriors' drama has already shown that even the league's giants can stumble in the face of adversity, the Suns are on the verge of a decision that could shake the entire foundation of the franchise. The news that Durant could be traded this summer is already making waves, making it clear that the pressure for change is real and urgent. Stay tuned, because this story is bound to have many more chapters in the coming months. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and both the Suns and the Warriors have shown that the NBA market waits for no one. See you next time, and keep following every twist of this saga.